Hey, Steve here. I want to welcome you back to the channel where today we're going to be discussing the 10 bad money habits I want you to stop doing today. And I know probably when you were younger, your parents or your family didn't really want to discuss money and finances as they thought it was taboo. And I know that they don't teach this in schools, as the teachers themselves may very well be in the same predicament that you are financially. So let's get started. The first bad money habit I want you to stop doing is not having all of your finances organized. You need everything in one place so you know what you have left to pay on your student loan or your credit cards or your car payment. You may be afraid to know what the truth is, but that's the only way you're going to get ahead in this financial struggle that you find yourself in. So sit down, grab all of your bills, and come up with a monthly budget that you can stick to each and every month. Because in order for you to get to that end goal of wanting to get out of debt or wanting to, have financial freedom, you need to know your starting point essentially. This way you know you're starting and where you want to get to. And that's what we have to work on. So make sure you sit down, figure out what your overall expenses are each and every month, and we can create a budget. And there are apps that will help you do this. I know I've mentioned in a previous video where I use Mint, and that organizes all my checking accounts, my investment accounts, my savings accounts. Everything is all there in one app. And it will even tell you how much you have left on your car payment or your student loan if you can log into those accounts. So get everything organized first. It's going to make your life that much easier. It's no different like when you're cooking. You'll get all your ingredients together on the table or wherever you're cooking, and then okay, I need this first, this second, this third. You know what you have to work with. So this way, when you get to the end of the recipe, you can start cooking it. It's no different with your finances. You need to know and have everything organized to make your life that much simpler. The other bad money habit I want you to stop breaking is the fact that you don't have an emergency fund established. If you have an unexpected medical bill, a dental bill, or God forbid you have a flat tire in the middle of the road, those are unexpected expenses that you need to cover with cash versus using your credit card, because you don't want to keep using your credit card. You're just going to put yourself further and further in debt, especially when the interest rates are starting to go up. So as of this video, 56% of Americans cannot afford an extra $1,000 in a surprise bill. They don't have that money set aside. They would have to rely on their credit cards. So we don't want to have you in that situation. So if you can, you're going to want to set aside a portion of your income each month, just like you would a bill. It's like, hey, I know my power bill is going to be this, car payment is this, credit card is this, and you want to set aside that money each and every month. And you're going to do the same thing for your emergency fund. Let's just say you can set aside 10% of whatever you make each month into that emergency fund. And then obviously, once the emergency fund is done, you can allocate that money elsewhere. So the third bad money habit that I don't want you to have to pick up on is the fact of using payday loans. If you are short on money and you need to borrow money to pay a bill or whatever you need it for, I would suggest you just humble yourself and go ask a close friend or ask a relative. The interest rates on these payday loans, they can range from 390 upwards of 600% depending on where you live. The payday loans are not regulated by the federal government, so they can charge really whatever interest they want to. I know some states are starting to regulate what they are allowing the interest rates to be, because these payday loans are really predatory loans, and they are targeting low-income families and people with bad credit. As an example, in Mississippi, they have twice as many payday loan stores as they have Burger King, McDonald's, and Starbucks combined. So I know that there are lower income areas in Mississippi, and that's where they are targeting, because they know that once they get you hooked on those payday loans, the average time to pay off like a $300 loan is 5 months. So imagine if you took out a loan for whatever amount of money, and you couldn't pay it back within that 5 months. You just have to keep rolling it over to the next month. And every time you take out another payday loan, it's really to pay off the previous loan that you took, or the interest or penalty that you took out previously. Not to mention, if you were to write them a personal check and post date it, or give them your bank account information, within the next 2 weeks when you get paid, they're gonna want their money. So they're gonna try and take that money out of your account, and if you don't have it, now your account's gonna be overdrawn. You're gonna have penalty fees associated with that, and unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about it. So at all costs, I want you to avoid those payday loans. It is a never-ending cycle, and I really don't understand how it's even legal that they can advertise for these interest rates. So the fourth bad money habit I don't want you to fall victim to is waiting too long to invest your money. You want to take advantage of what's called compound interest. And basically what that means is it's interest that's paying on your interest. Or as an example, if you have $100 and you earn 5%, at the end of the year, you'll have $105. And then after the second year, it'll be $110 and like 25 cents. So your money is actually making your interest is making you money on top of your money. And as it grows, that compound interest will jump to where you're actually making more money each year off of your interest than what you're putting into your account. And what I'll do is I'll make an entirely separate video on this topic with diagrams and bar graphs to show you how quickly you can make money off of your investments. The important thing to remember with compounding interest is you want to start when you're younger. Or if you have kids right now, teach them the importance of compounding interest. If your job or your employer offers you a 401k plan and they're contributing to what you contribute to, let's say it's a dollar for dollar, that'd be great. Take advantage of that now and get started on that plan, because essentially they're giving you free money each year. And the longer you have that going, the more your compounding interest is going to accumulate over time. And that's how you build wealth, because your money is essentially making you money. Yes, I understand if the market crashes or the market has a downturn, it's going to affect your account. But at least you're not starting from ground zero with nothing. You are already ahead of the game, and you're building up your wealth with that compounding interest over time. So the fifth bad money habit I don't want you to take on is overusing your credit card. It's okay to use your credit card for everyday purchases, like if you're going to get coffee in the morning, afternoon, whatever, or gas. But don't justify spending $100 on a new outfit or pair of shoes if you don't really have the money to pay for that at the end of the week, essentially, because it's very easy to use your credit card, and next thing you know, you got $500, $600, $700 on your credit card, and now you're gonna have to pay interest. Now, if you like to use your credit card to earn points or airline miles, cash back, things like that, when you use your credit card, make sure you have enough money in your bank account to easily pay that card off at the end of the day or at the end of the week. You don't want to have that balance sit there and accumulate over time, because it's so easy just to pull out your credit card and say, hey, I'm gonna pay for this, buy that. You don't want to do that. So the sixth bad money habit I don't want you to pick up on is getting comfortable being in debt. I mean, it's the American way is to go out and go to college, take out a ton of money in student loans, and then go buy a house. So you have a mortgage. You're always, they want you to always have a car payment. That's like seems to be the American way is to borrow, borrow, borrow. So you're constantly having to pay back into the system, basically. And it's very, like I said, the last one with the credit card, it's very easy to get yourself in debt with a credit card because it's so easy to use. It's like, oh, I need this, I need that, and you're going to get used to using that credit card. You're going to get used to just paying the minimum each month on that card, because you already know, oh, well, I still owe 60, 80 grand on my student loan, and I'm still making a car payment. You're used to getting yourself in debt. So what you want to do is shift that mindset and get used and comfortable, and you get a good feeling when you're able to pay off your debt and get yourself out of debt. Because I'm telling you, that's one of the best feelings in the world, is being debt free. So whatever you do, do not get comfortable with debt. It is a very simple and easy trap to get stuck in. So bad money habit number 7 that I want you to stop doing is paying yourself last. And what I mean by that is you want to start paying yourself first. I mean, I understand that yes, you get a paycheck every week or every 2 weeks, but what normally happens is you will take your paycheck, you'll pay your bills, which is good, or you'll loan your friend that $100, or you'll go out and buy yourself whatever it is that you wanted to buy yourself. Instead, you want to have it in your budget to automatically take a certain percentage of your paycheck each time you get paid and move that into a savings account, move that into an investment account or 401k or IRA, whatever the account is. But you want to pay yourself first. This way, you don't have to worry about. By automatically paying yourself first, you're setting yourself up for success, because it's one of those things where it's out of sight, out of mind. You already have a budget for X amount per month, and and that budget is going to include whatever percentage you're taking out to pay yourself first. This money, like I said, it can go into your investment account, savings account, whatever, but make sure that it's automated so you don't even have to worry about doing anything. If you can't automate the process, then you're more likely to not end up doing it, because you're manually going to have to move the money yourself. And most people, they don't get into that habit. So if you can automate paying yourself first, and you will thank yourself in the long run for doing that. Bad money habit number 8 I want you to avoid is trying to keep up with the Joneses. Or if you have friends with expensive tastes, quit trying to impress them, not to mention other people. Honestly, at the end of the day, who cares what kind of car you drive? I'm happy that you've got a $1,200 a month Mercedes Benz, but look at how much time you actually spend inside that car versus what you're paying for each and every month. I don't understand the point why some people are trying to impress other people that they don't even know. I mean, we're not put on this world to impress people. We're put on this world to be godly and to help other people. So if you want to be better with your finances, be upfront with your friends. Yeah, I can't go on that expensive trip with you. I cannot go out to that fancy restaurant with you. And no, I can't go shopping with you today because I have not met my financial goals. And it may prompt them to look at themselves finally and say, yeah, I respect you for that. And I need to look at my own finances as well. Because chances are, people that have those big, huge, fancy homes and the ones with their, 6-figure cars sitting out front, their house debt, their car broke, home broke, whatever you want to call it, and they're in debt. And you don't want to live like that. They have a lot more stress on their plate than you do. So do yourself a favor and quit doing things to try and impress other people, especially with the influence of social media. I know you're going to see friends from high school, oh, so and so is more successful than me. Well, they look like they're more successful than you, but in the reality is they very well could be broke and in debt, and you don't want to be in either one of those situations. So think about that the next time you want to try and buy something to impress people that you don't even really care about to begin with. So the ninth bad money habit I want you to avoid is paying too much money in taxes. So if you have the opportunity to have a traditional 401k plan through your employer, or if you do have a traditional IRA account or even an HSA account, you can put money into those accounts that's your pre-tax dollars. So you don't basically have to pay taxes on that money until you withdraw those funds later on in your life from the account. Now, if you want to do what's called a Roth account, which you can do a Roth 401k, you can do this Roth IRAs, that is money that is, you pay taxes on the money, then you put that money into your account. So you're not really saving any money on taxes doing it that way. It's still very good to have those accounts, but there are limitations. I would definitely get with a financial planner and get with your accountant on where you can potentially see more savings on your tax bill each and every year. If you're doing your taxes on your own, try and get with a professional accountant and see what they can maybe help you with, because there's probably some extra money that you may be leaving on the table that could be putting back in your own pocket for future use. So bad money habit number 10 I want you to stop doing is procrastination. Stop making excuses and start taking control of your life situation. If you want to build wealth for you and your family or teach your kids how to build wealth, you need to start today. Not tomorrow, not when you're making more money, because what happens is, and everyone thinks this, oh, when I get a better job, I can start saving more money. No, when you get a better job, you're going to spend more money. That's how it always goes. You're going to want more toys. You're going to end up, oh, I can afford to go out and buy all these new clothes, go to dinner all the time, take all these luxurious vacations. No. What you're going to do is you need to stop having that mentality, that mindset, and make a change now. Because if you can make that change now, when you do get a better job, you'll already have the good money habits, and you will then build your wealth quicker because you're going to kick all these habits off to the side where you're not going to use them anymore. Well, that concludes the 10 money habits I don't want you to pick up. So if you found this video informative, I want you to go ahead and click on the subscribe button, click the bell notification so you can be notified of future videos. And if there is a certain topic you want me to cover, leave it in the comments down below. Have a great day.